My name is Joe Dimino. I'm a Senior Research Associate at the Instructional Research Group in Los Alamitos, California. Tier 3 instruction is much more intensive than Tier 2 because these students have not been successful with the small group instruction in Tier 2, and they are moved on to Tier 3. The delivery of instruction should be more intensive, and the pace of the lesson should be slower. One-to-one or small group instruction is good. In one-to-one instruction, you obviously would have more interaction with the teacher. The child could practice more, and a very important part of one-to-one instruction is that when a child makes a mistake, that the teacher can correct those errors immediately. There are problems with resources, we all know that. So if you want to do small group 2 to 3 students in Tier 3, I highly recommend that those students have very, very similar needs. Because even if they're a little bit discrepant, they're not going to get the instruction they need that's going to lead them to mastery of that skill. It's important to provide Tier 3 students with a lot of practice. And one way to do that would be to use paraprofessionals or volunteers to reinforce and practice with the students the skill that they're learning. It's very, very important that the teacher teaches the skill and does some guided practice to make sure that they understand it before they hand the child over to a volunteer or a paraprofessional to reinforce the skill through more practice. Another way that you could provide practice is through technology. There are many programs that really, there are a lot of practice programs, and there's a skill and there's just practice item after practice item. The interesting thing and the caution is that you don't want to put a child in front of a computer and let the computer do the teaching or do the practicing. Nothing takes the place of a human being. So if you're using technology, strongly recommend that it's in small portions. In the practice guide, we talk about the term double dose. And what that really means is, it could be a little misleading. What it means is taking a 30-minute block of time and dividing it into 2, we'll say 15-minute periods. During the first 15-minute period, the teacher would teach the new skill with explicit instruction, modeling, think-alouds. And if there's enough time, depending on the complexity of the skill, the teacher would provide a little bit of guided practice. So the 15 minutes is over, the child leaves and comes back. Maybe they have recess, maybe they're going to PE, maybe the child just needs a break from all this one-to-one instruction. The child comes back and the teacher would begin the second 15 minutes by reviewing the skill that she modeled. So she would model it maybe one more time just to refresh the child's memory. Then after that, the teacher would then provide a lot of guided practice to make sure that that skill is solidified so that when the child comes to independent practice, that he would be able to do it independently with accuracy, and the practice guide in the panel recommends mastery at about 90%. So that's our goal.